Hello.
Yes. Welcome to Crawford Court at Rainier Beach High School. I'm Rick Dupree along with the legendary Joyce Walker, and we're here to bring you another good one tonight. Number 4, West Seattle, the Wildcats, here visiting the number 7 Rainier Beach Vikings. And Joyce, just before we went on the air, we were talking about the legacy of Rainier Beach coach Mike Bethea. He's been here for quite a few years.
Quite a few years. I think he's up to 27 in county.
Man.
You know, and that's a third of his life. So that's really speaks to the commitment and the testament to all the lives he's affected and changed.
Yeah, no doubt. As you look, at the banners in the gym, and I kind of stepped out, and you've got starting Doug Christie. So many people may not remember that Doug Christie went here, and that first state championship team with Francis Williams as the coach. Yeah, Fran was the coach. You've got Jamal Crawford, obviously, Nate Robinson, Terrence Williams, the Stewart twins, Roderick and Lodrick, Lodrick's son, I believe, is Jalen over at Garfield.
Yes.
I was getting that. And I tell you what, you just look at the banners here, the state championship. Look at some of the others, some of the football, Saul Patu, James Delgado.
Tar Davis back in the day when she was laying it down on him, right?
Come on.
You're talking about not just basketball, you're talking about a culture, right? And a community that we've had the privilege to watch these kids grow and rear and watch what they do now. And definitely the basketball has left an impact on them for positive things in their life.
Yeah, no doubt.
All the way around.
Yeah, no doubt. Also looking up there, my cousin, U.S. track champion, Jenny Powell, 99 and 2002. So I had to throw that in. Come on, proud.
Hey, come on. Hey, Miss Powell got records that she broke my sister Shirley Walker records back in the day. So I'm telling you, it's entrenched.
Jenny had a career. But yeah, like you said, there is just a culture of winning, a culture of performance, a culture where, there's an expectation that you will be at a high level on a consistent basis, and they certainly have. So that's here again, the Crawford Court. And Jamal Crawford, I tell you what, I can't say enough about that young man, just what he has done as a basketball ambassador here in this community. He does it behind the scenes, quiet people don't know, but he has donated so many of his resources here, and again, they called the Crawford Court at Rainier Beach, recognizing him and his phenomenal career. And I tell you what, Jamal looked the same, and I guarantee he could go out on any NBA team and come off that bench and fill it up.
And he still got that crazy crossover too.
Come on,
he in the gym at lunchtime every day, working on his craft. But what's an ambassador we're all proud of.
No doubt. So that is Joyce Walker. I am Rick Dupree, and we are at, again, Crawford Court at Rainier Beach High School. Number 4, West Seattle Wildcats, coming in with a record of 8-1, and trying to see if they can knock off number 7, Rainier Beach, who is 9-1. And a couple of things, Rainier Beach is the 3rd highest scoring team in the state in 3A, and West Seattle has allowed the 2nd fewest points in 3A. So you got a defensive, a rock, if you will, against a scoring juggernaut. And some of the players here, as you look at the rosters, and we talk about kind of family bloodlines and what have you, but on the roster of Rainier Beach, you got Jerry Petty Jr., his brother Jalen Petty. So Jerry Petty, obviously Garfield, state championship guard, and just a phenomenal career at Reno. You got Namir Robinson, Jacques, your son there,
and Niall, the young one.
I'm sorry, I said Jacques' the grandkids,
yes.
Nate's kids.
Yes, Nate's kids.
So Namir, like you said, the younger one, Niall. You look over at West Seattle's roster, and you got wearing number 12, Isaiah Watts, and that is the grandson of Slick Watts, the son of Donald Watts. And so some names on the announcing the starting lineups right now for West Seattle starting. You have Tayon Sessoms, Bo Jeanette, Nate Shivo. I hope I'm pronouncing this.
I think you're close.
Close, okay. Nolan Timmons and Chase Clifton. So those are the starters tonight for Dan Criley's West Seattle Wildcats. And then on the other side of the court, if you will, for the Rainier Beach Vikings, Amir Robinson, Ziggy Holmes, Miles Damon, Mario Clark, and Jamal Johnson. Those are the starters for Rainier Beach. So, again, reminding all of you that are listening, and if you are tuning into our stream, if you're listening and not tuning into the stream, go to either Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch, and you can see the stream of the game, so you can actually see the game, because there are no fans here. Twitter, thank you, Danny. So Twitter is the other. Joyce and I were talking before going on the air. Neither one of us on social media, so it's like
not a lot.
Okay, not a lot. Yeah, you're not a lot. I'm not at all. So my kids and grandson and wife, they send stuff on Instagram, and I click on it. I can't see it because I don't have an Instagram account. But it is what it is. So anyway, with that said, though, because of again, COVID restrictions, trying to make sure that everyone is safe. There are no fans here, or very, very few, I should say. The girls' game that was slated to start at 7 o'clock, Rainier Beach only had 4 players, so that game was canceled. And so the boys' game that was scheduled to start at 8:30 here having an earlier start, about an hour early. So obviously we'll hear it and see it live right here on Rainier Avenue Radio. But Joyce, how fun is it to be in the gym, to see these young athletes and to see what they, just some incredible young athletes that they do on the court.
And just the competition aspect, right? How you have pride for your school, they have pride for their school, and they're coming together. And all the sites that Rick mentioned, please don't miss this game, because I got a feeling that this is going to be a great game where we're going to see if the number one defense can get after the number one offense, or if the number one offense can have their way against that defense.
Yeah.
So this is going to be a good one tonight. It's just a great thing to be in community. Me and you been in community since, look, too many years to tell y'all that are listening.
Is that the truth?
But we're blessed to just be here, be a part of it, and give our little bit of insight on what we see.
Yeah, absolutely. Joyce, I love them. We used to play over. Well, now I was at the Cal Barnett Park. No, Pratt Park. And the covered. And I remember you. I don't know if you remember that you would back me down and just treat me like I was a little stepchild. But being able to grow up and play with you and against you, it certainly gave me a real strong respect of women and the women's game. And I've said this often and will continue to say it. I don't call you one of the best women basketball players to come out. So you are one of the best, if not the best, basketball player to come out of the state of Washington. So
thank you much.
Pleasure to have you here by my side. So with the tip-off, the Wildcats have won it, and they are trying to get something going on the offense, but on the defensive end, the ball knocked loose by Mario Clark. He stepped on the end line. So we'll go back over to the Wildcats. So let's see. I don't know. I think it'll be he had possession. Let's see if they say if they restart the shot clock. They may not, because the name said he did not have it.
But already we see that defense. Defensive pressure and power.
Yep.
Westside is going to have to be really careful with that ball.
Yeah. And there it is, a turnover. The steal by the Vikings, and going in for the basket, and that is number 10, Jamal Johnson. So the Vikings making the Wildcats pay.
And they just threw a charge.
Yep. Now, I tell you, Joyce, that pressure defense is going to make you throw a bad pass, make you turn it over, and Rainier Beach is in their face. So the Vikings take over, leading 2-0.
And really good defense speeds you up.
Yeah.
It makes you go faster than you want to. You can actually get into your sets comfortably. So it's going to be quite the game to watch tonight.
So the Wildcats in a full court zone press, but the Vikings breaking it pretty easily. Johnson on the left side, dishes it out. Robinson with the ball, going inside and kicks it out. Miles Damon, the lefty, the three-pointer won't go. And Wildcats down with the rebound. They're on the run.
They're jumping like jumping jacks out there in the passing lane.
Yeah.
And it looks like they're having fun doing it.
Yeah, absolutely. Timmons out to Wildcats moving the ball around. And another turnover there. Near Robinson with it. Robinson in the paint, kicks it out to Damon. Damon now steps out on top of the resets, calling the play. 20 on the shot clock. Over to Johnson. Johnson fakes the pass, comes to the right side. His shot is blocked. And that was number 13, Nate Schiavo, 6'4", guard forward, and blocked that shot. So 13 seconds on the shot clock. The Vikings will have it underneath baseline inbound. Robinson with it, looking for a player. Finds Damon. Damon, the lefty, driving behind the back. Almost lost the ball, got it back. Over to Ziggy Holmes for the three. Holmes.
Ziggy put it up confidently, didn't he?
Yes. So the Vikings leading it 5-0 here. 6 minutes to go. So we're only 2 minutes in the ball game. 6 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Wildcats moving the ball around. Trying to find an opening. He's penetrating. His long three-pointer falls short. Number 32. I don't have a 32 on my roster. We'll figure out who that is. Sorry about that. Missed shot. Vikings, a long pass down. And the lane is blocked. Johnson was going up, and Wildcats with it. Across the timeline is Sessions inside, and we're going to have a foul on the play. That was Nate Chavo. Yep, he's going to go to the line. He'll have 2 shots. So nice move by Chavo underneath. Got the pass. Little head fake and was fouled going up.
And DeMar's got to be careful because he's making a quick move, and then he's slowing up instead of staying in attack mode. That's twice he's had a shot block because he just kind of lackadaisical kind of went up with the ball instead of kept the force.
Good point. And check that. That was not a shooting foul. So the Wildcats taking the ball out underneath. My mistake there. If you just joined us, 5:41 to go in the first quarter. Rainier Beach leading West Seattle 5-0. I'm Rick Dupree along with Joyce Walker. Baseline jumper, and that is good. That is Chase Clifton knocking it down, putting the first points on the board for the Wildcats. 5-2. Vikings leading the Wildcats. Robinson with it, gets a screen, drives in the paint, kicks it out. And driving, kick out to Robinson. Robinson on the baseline won't go. And checking into the ball game, Isaiah Watts tips the ball to a teammate. Wildcats on the run, baseline jumper won't go. Fight for the rebound, and it's going to come down to the Vikings rather. Robinson guarded by Watts. Watts is stretched out. They list him at 6'5". I don't think he's quite that tall, but Joyce, he's a good at least 6'2", 6'3".
He's moving them feet well, though.
Yeah.
If you stand in front of Mr. Robinson, you got to move them feet.
Oh, yeah, no doubt. DeMar Johnson, the drive, and off balance, off the window, won't go. Looking for the foul, doesn't get it. Coming across the timeline, Sessions back on the baseline, now moving it around. Chavo. Isaiah Watts a three-pointer, won't go. Fight for the rebound, and coming down with it, I believe Miles Damon. Damon over, and a steal by Watts. And Watts, the pass over to his teammate, and left-handed land. Nice move by Chase Clifton.
West Seattle's up for the challenge early on.
Yeah, they are. 5-4.
Challenge.
We're halfway through the first frame here, 5-4. Vikings lead the Wildcats. Damon over to Ziggy Holmes. Holmes going to be fouled, and they say he was in the act of shooting, so Holmes will go to the line. He's already got a three-pointer, and he'll go to the line for 2.
You know, that first few minutes, all that energy's in their body, right? They're going to have to get that second win because it looks like everybody's kind of playing a little fast. So as they catch their collective second breath, I think things will start to settle down.
And Holmes' first free throw hits the front iron, no good. Checking in for the Vikings, number 0, Jerry Petty Jr., 5'8" junior guard. And his little brother, who is on the JV team, has suited up for the varsity as well. Second free throw is up and in for Holmes. So that makes it a 6-4 lead for Rainier Beach. Rainier Beach applying a little bit of pressure, getting a little time off the clock. Wildcats moving the ball around. Sessions for the three-pointer. It's good. Tayon Sessions. Nobody there in his face, and he said, hey, I'll take it, and he gives the Wildcats a 7-6 lead. Miles Damon on the other end. No-look pass inside. Surrounded by 3 Wildcats, but it doesn't matter because Mario Clark says, you can't stop me, and Clark puts it up and in to give the Vikings an 8-7 lead. Three-pointer by the Wildcats won't go. Rebound to the Vikings. Tell you what, right now, Rainier Beach, both teams keeping the opponent off the offensive glass for the most part.
Allowing one shot.
Drive into the paint, and Ziggy Holmes, I tell you what, the 6'4" senior wingman puts it in off the glass, giving the Vikings a 10-7 lead. Oh, and skying up for the lay-in, but won't go. Chavo. And Rainier Beach with the rebound across the timeline. Holmes with the ball. Holmes a three-pointer, falls short, but there for the rebound is Clark. Clark puts it up. His shot is blocked. And fighting for the rebound, the Wildcats have it. And they're off and running. Sessions with the ball.
It's 3 block shots by West Seattle.
Moving the ball around into the paint. Dish down inside. Chavo, his shot is blocked. And Vikings with it. Damon behind the back. Over to Namir Robinson. Robinson, the three-pointer, won't go.
Got him for traveling. Move the feet
called
just a little bit to set up that shot.
So Namir Robinson not happy with the call, but he's a guy. Even I remember him freshman year, and just doesn't show a lot of emotion out here, a lot of poise, and you're not going to see it when he's upset. But clearly not happy with that call. Checking in for the Vikings now, number 40, Keyshawn Mitchell, freshman. So a number of freshmen on this Viking roster. 2:35 left to go in the first quarter. Rainier Beach leading West Seattle 10-7. Sessoms with the ball. Out to Max Holloman, who just checked in. Now Isaiah Watts. Watts spins, double pump, won't go. But there for the rebound, and the shot is blocked, and the Vikings off and running. Petty to Robinson. Robinson off the window. It's good. Namir Robinson.
Got that little craft like his dad.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. I'll tell you what.
Yes.
On the other end, shot three-pointer for the Wildcats. Won't go. There for the rebound and the steal by Watts. Watts falling out of bounds, throws it back, and Petty comes up with it. So the Vikings with the ball. Petty over to Damon. Damon, little hesitation. Three-pointer. Miles Damon for three. It's good.
And it's a timeout by West Seattle.
Yeah, Dan Criley says, let me call a timeout. Don't want this to get out of hand. 1:48 left to go in the first quarter, and the Vikings out to their biggest lead so far, 15-7. We're live at the Crawford Court at Rainier Beach High School. Rick Dupree along with the legend Joyce Walker and the rest of the Rainier Avenue Radio team bringing you this live action. And I don't know if we have time to go to Daniel. Any other things going on, Daniel, this evening? Any other scores to report?
Well, the fact that everyone's mostly starting at 8:30 is true, but there are a couple of games that are starting early because our girls' games got canceled, similarly just like this one. But Mount Spokane and Ferris, battle of number 2 versus number 9. Spokane leading Ferris late in the first quarter, 31-28 there. And Auburn's number 3, Auburn is currently at number 18, Kentwood of 4A. They lead at the half, 40-29, pouring on the points right there.
So there you have it. Thank you. And we're back from the timeout. Wildcats with the ball coming across. Tayon Sessoms with the ball. He's guarded by Petty. And we're going to have to find out who number 32 is, George. I don't know who 32 is. If you're listening and know who number 32 is for West Seattle, let us know.
Give us a shout out.
Yep. Halftime, we'll go over to the table and get that. Fight for the rebound, and Miles Damon comes up with it. He'll bring it across himself. Top of the key between the legs, behind the back. Then over to Namir Robinson. Robinson looking for somebody, backs it out. 16 on the shot clock. Now barks out a play. Goes by one man into the paint. Double pump. It's blocked and out of bounds, but they're going to say it's out of bounds off of West Seattle. So 10 on the shot clock. The Vikings will have it underneath for baseline inbounds.
West Seattle's long and lean.
They are,
they're
George.
moving as a unit, too, which is making some of the shots to the basket a little more difficult for the Vikings.
Well, you see, they're playing some good team defense and the help defense. And Miles Damon for 3 points from the left side. His second three-pointer of the ball game, giving the Vikings an 18-7 lead. Just under a minute left to play here in quarter number 1. Oh, Watts with the no-look pass inside to Sessoms for the bucket. Isaiah Watts showing you he can pass it as well as put it in the bucket, rather.
It's important to stay moving when your teammate has the ball. Got to stay moving.
Yep. So 23 on the shot clock, ball knocked out of bounds. 42.6 on the game clock here left in the first quarter. The Vikings will have it. And again, Rainier Beach leading West Seattle 18-9 here in the first quarter. And if you just joined us, this game started an hour early. The girls' game was canceled only because Rainier Beach didn't have enough players, and so started this game at a little past 7:30. We're just almost finished with quarter number 1. Petty driving into the paint, kicks it out, and then driving to the basket. Another freshman, that is Keyshawn Mitchell, but he loses the ball, and the Wildcats with it across the timeline is Luke Wade. Wade looking for a screen now, dribbling himself to the right side, guarded by Petty. Double team, gets it off to his teammate Clifton. Inside the paint, driving the ball, stolen, knocked away. 14 on the quarter clock. Namir Robinson kicks it out to Petty. Pass just a little outstretched from his, out of his outstretched arms, I should say. Not able to get it. So Robinson just a little bit out of control there. Petty couldn't get the pass.
Right, West Seattle's doing well when they move the ball without the dribble. You don't want to be crossing over in front of these Vikings because they picking pockets and going the other way.
Big time, Joyce. Good point. 8.9 left to play here in quarter number 1. Rainier Beach leading West Seattle 18-9. Wildcats across the timeline, 3 on the shot clock. And trying to look for a shot. Watts will get it off, but it is after the buzzer, and Miles Damon came out of nowhere, blocked the shot. Watts looking at the referee, but it was all after the buzzer, so it's all good. So after 1, Rainier Beach leading West Seattle 18-9. So Joyce, as you see that first quarter, what are some of the keys there? And if you are Mike Bethea, coach of Rainier Beach, what are you telling your kids there in this little quick timeout?
Well, just keep the pressure. You're doing your job on the defensive end, but make the extra pass. You know, you're drawing more Seattle's defense in, but you're trying to attack 6'3", 6'4", 6'5" to finish. There's open players on the floor. So I think clean up the extra turnovers, but right now you're playing where you need to. As for West Seattle, when they move the ball on the pass and cut back door, they're getting some good shots. But when they're dribbling in front of traffic, that's not their skill set. And that's what Rainier Beach thrives on. And I noticed Mr. Watts is taking pressured shots. He hasn't had one good clean shot yet.
Yeah, he's forcing a little bit.
I'm trying to show you. But as that settles down, I'm sure he's going to make his mark and put his imprint on this game.
Yeah, absolutely. And thanks, a shout out to Danelle Damon, the father of Miles Damon, saying, hey, Rick, Keyshawn Mitchell is a senior. I said a freshman, forgive me. I'm looking at the roster. It does say senior on there, so my bad. And your young man out there hitting a couple threes, looking good, Danelle. So the second quarter underway. Vikings with the ball. DeMar Johnson with it across the timeline. And again, Rainier Beach leading 18-9 here at the start of quarter number 2. Johnson ball off the foot. He gets it back over to Damon. Damon three-pointer off the side of the rim, won't go. And I should say the Wildcats with it, and errant pass. And Joyce, again, unforced error there. And like you said, that pressure defense makes you just run a little bit faster. You're moving a little bit faster than you want to.
Yeah, you don't want that ball.
Yeah.
Let me get it to somebody else, right?
Get it out of my hands. Yeah, good point. And that was a result of that pressure defense. So the turnover, Petty with it now, guarded by Watts. And Petty listed at 5'8", Watts listed at 6'5", a big height difference. I don't think, again, like I said, Watts is 6'5", but definitely about 6'3". And I think we have a foul on the top. I think it's going to be a moving screen. Yeah, they're going to call it on the Vikings, if I'm not mistaken.
Number 32, we don't have him listed here.
We do not have a 32 on the roster. So we've got a 32 on both squads that we don't have listed. So we would halftime try to get that squared away. And, you know, it's oftentimes, and I'm not sure I understand this, Joyce, but jersey numbers switching from week to week. It's like, come on, y'all.
Look, I love my 21. And if it was dirty, we wash it and right before somebody go get it dried or
Joyce.
not. Yeah, and we're going to play.
Come on, Joyce. I was number 22 in high school. I'm not wearing any other number. I couldn't get that at UW. Sterling Hines had it, so I had to get a different number. But that was my number.
That was the only reason you didn't have it on.
Exactly. And I tell you what, they didn't want me to have it on because I would have taken it off when it come off the field. But they didn't let me on there. But anyway, back in the action, 18-9 again the score. Wildcats with the ball. Sessoms guarded by Petty. And double team. And Sessoms finds one of his teammates cutting to the basket. And Chavo can't hit it, but the rebound comes down to Clifton. So the offensive glass of Clifton off the window makes the Vikings pay for allowing him to get that offensive rebound.
Nice little pump fake. It's a lost art.
Yeah,
but
Joyce.
that got him just enough clearance to get that shot up.
Yep. And on the other end, Miles Damon taking it himself, but off the window, it's good.
That man came to play tonight.
Yes, he did.
Miles Damon is putting in work.
On both ends of the floor.
Yes.
Watts with the ball, passes. Long three-pointer by Sessoms. Oh, it's good. Tayon Sessoms from deep to make it a 20-14 score. 6:25 left to go here in quarter number 2.
He shot that one from almost the logo.
Yeah, I'm telling you, he was out there. And pass is off the hands of Petty. It's going to go out of bounds. So turnover there on the Vikings. The Wildcats will take it. 6:20 left to go in the first half. Rainier Beach leading 20-14. And George, like you said a moment ago, is that West Seattle ain't going nowhere.
No, because we ain't seen nothing from Mr. Watts, who has a ball in his hand right now. He's going to show up to this party before it's over.
Oh, yeah, no doubt. And Rainier Robinson hands almost stolen, but back. Watts gets it over to Sessom. Sessom the jumper, and they're going to say it's a 2-pointer. Tell you what, Sessom's got a nice shot, nice rotation.
Yeah. Everything.
We talked about that earlier. He does that, not a knuckleball. He got that ball
and
moving.
He got that off of a turnover, though.
Yeah,
He had no pressure on him at all.
Yeah, good point. 5:52 left to go in the first half. Rainier Beach leading 20-16. Vikings with the ball, knocked away by Watts, but Robinson gets it back. 11 on the shot clock. Robinson driving all the way into the paint. Wild shot won't go. Fight for the rebound, and the Wildcats come up with it.
That's turnover number 6, by the way. Right? So that's going to give West Seattle a chance to stay in the game.
Yeah, you got to protect the rock. Sessom's guarded by Rainier Robinson. 18 on the shot clock. Sessom's dribbling around, and Sessom the shot. It's good, and he's fouled. Oh, Tayon Sessom, another one has come to play.
Those clean looks. Okay, he got the last 2 possessions. Yeah. It makes the basket get bigger. And he only got it again because of the turnovers by the Vikings. Because they weren't getting those shots when the pressure was being applied. But that's the problem with turnovers. As a coach, there's very few things that bother you, but that's one of the major ones. When you turn that ball over, you don't get a clean look. Gives the other team confidence.
Yeah, and that, like you said, it doesn't give the defense time to set up. You're kind of in a fast break, and West Seattle made them pay. It's a 1-point ball game, 20-19, 5:14 left to go in the first half. Vikings with it, drive in, and right now the Vikings shot is an errant shot. That was Johnson, won't go. And right now the Vikings playing a lot of one-on-one, not playing that team offense, and turnover. Vikings get it back. Robinson with the ball over to Damon. Damon kicks it out to Johnson. Johnson for the 3-pointer, won't go. And I tell you what, I mean, I appreciate you being unselfish, but you're there for the lay-in. Take the lay-in, Joy.
I am not finishing. I'm going to finish that shot and throw it out for a low percentage shot. It might go in, but he didn't need that right there.
Yep. So, West Seattle with the ball in the paint. Now kick out 3-pointer by number 32, won't go. And rebound, Damon. Damon with the pass tipped away, but Robinson comes up with it. Back to Damon. Over to Robinson. 20 on the shot clock. Robinson down low to Mario Clark. Clark, the turnaround jumper is good. Mario Clark.
So that's easy basketball, right?
Yeah.
In and out. I got somebody in good position to take a high percentage shot.
Yeah. And Joyce, you and I talked about this before, and a guy who did this so well, Kobe, finding his spot, getting to his spot, and Clark was in that spot, and he knew, okay, I got this turnaround. You can't stop it.
No, because I can jump right over you.
Hands on the ball, and Vikings knock it away, but Wildcats get it back, and Sessom's there, not sure what to do, and they call a travel.
No, he got excited. I'm wide open, so I'm going to take another little step.
I used to be this wide open.
But that's how he got his groove from the turnovers, unforced turnovers by the Vikings. And that one right there, he was too open, it appeared.
So turnover on the play. 4:03 left to go in the first half. Rainier Beach leading West Seattle 22-19. Rick Dupree, Joyce Walker bringing you live coverage of number 4, West Seattle against number 7, Rainier Beach. Both teams only one loss. Wildcats 8-1, the Vikings 9-1. Damon with the ball, dribbling into the paint. Now nice dish off, and we're going to call foul. Mario Clark with the ball.
Yeah, I'd like to see Rainier Beach get back to how they started the game with move the ball, cut. Right now, it's like one individual trying to do it themselves.
So foul on the play, on the floor, as Joyce said. So the Vikings take it in. Baseline, and Johnson with the size of the paint, little floater, and it is good. DeMar Johnson.
He settled down and got a good look, right? You know, they call that inside the key. That's the kill box. If you get in there, only good things happen.
Yeah. Watts with the ball on the other end, over to Sessom. Sessom, the long 3-pointer. It's good. I tell you what, Tayon Sessom is a shooter. And he is making the Vikings pay.
After great penetration by Watts, too.
Yeah.
So Watts is not scoring, but he's effectively assisting his team by making the right reads.
Yeah, and then Watts got a hand on the ball there, drew the foul. And so Watts, I believe, is going to go to the line. Yep, they're going to take him, or say he was shooting. So Watts forced a turnover and then fouled in the act of shooting. So Isaiah Watts going to the line. And Joyce, you make a good point. You know, shots not always going to go, but how else can you impact the game? First free throw is up and in.
Yes. And I'm watching Coach Mathea. Look, we know Coach Mathea is very animated. Right now, he's kind of cool. You can expect him to take it up a notch and say, hey, fellas, we're doing this to ourselves right now.
Yeah, that's a really good point. Like you said, I mean, they are. If Rainier Beach settles down, plays their game, it's a different ball game. Watts hits the first free throw. Second one is up, and it is good as well. So Isaiah Watts on the scoreboard, and he ties the game up to 24. 3:15 left to go in the first half. We got a tie ball game here at Crawford Court at Rainier Beach High School. Rainier Robinson over to Ziggy Holmes. Ziggy Holmes spin move. Shot is blocked. Holmes gets it back, puts it up, and it's good. Ziggy Holmes undeterred by the block and just puts it right back up. On the other end, Watts breaking, streaking down on the baseline. Pass inside to his teammate. Nice pass to Max Holloman. And Holloman with the basket, so makes it 26-all. Once again, knotted up. Holmes across, driving into the paint, and then kind of a little bit out of control. The pass looking for Damon.
They're just doing too much that they don't have to do, the Vikings. If they could just settle down, then, they can kind of have their way. But look, that top-ranked defense for West Seattle is in fruition right now. We can see it.
You see it. Yeah, good point. Good point. Sessoms over to his teammate. And again, I say his teammate, the 32. We don't have his name. Isaiah Watts with the ball. Three-pointer. Watts won't go. Fight for the rebound, and the Vikings come up with it, and almost losing it, but getting it back across the timeline. Miles Damon with it. Damon, the lefty. Goes shake and bake. Passes it over to Ziggy Holmes. Holmes over to Robinson. Robinson, long three-pointer, won't go. And Wildcats come down with the rebound. Max Holloman. He double team, gets rid of it over to Sessoms. Sessoms to Watt.
He's due.
Watts on the run. The three-pointer won't go. And the Vikings with the ball. Across the timeline is Mario Clark. Clark over to Damon. Damon into Robinson, and I think they're going to call a 3 and D.
They need a timeout.
Oh, timeout. Okay.
They need a timeout would do them good right now, just to settle down and get back to their principles, right?
Yep. So a minute 42 left to go here in the first half. It's all knotted up, Joyce. 26-all, and as we said in the pregame, number 2 defense in the state, West Seattle, the second least amount of points given up, and Rainier Beach scoring the 3rd most points in the state, 3A. So defense against offense, and right now it's an even battle. It's an even battle because Rainier Beach, at the start of this quarter, they were up 9. Okay, as a result of some turnovers and some favorable plays with West Seattle attacking and making the right read in the cuts. It's all knotted. Brand new game. Yeah, and Joyce, you talked about that and how important it is when that defense forces you to play just a little faster than you want to. It really will cause some turnovers, cause some errant plays. And Donald Watts in the house. What's up, young man? Good to see you, Mr. Watts. So again, we've got about a minute 43 left to go here in the first half, and score is tied up 26-all. And we'll see if we can grab Mr. Watts at halftime and get him on the air and talk to him for a minute to see how he's doing and see how the legendary Slick Watts is doing as well. Absolutely, checking in. Yeah, this is going to be one of them games. It looks like that it's going to go to the wire. Yeah. So evenly matched. The Metro League has at the upper echelon of the league, 3, 4, 5 teams that are all fairly evenly matched. Garfield right now seems to be at the top of the pile, but again, still a lot of basketball that can be played this season. Right, but you never know, right? Yeah. A really formidable team can get themselves in trouble based on what they do or they don't do. So Vikings with the ball, 10 seconds on the shot clock. Robinson with it, guarded by Watts. Robinson backs out. Watts not giving him a lot of room. Robinson, the shot. Oh, the three-pointer. Namir Robinson step back and gets the three-pointer, giving the Vikings a 29-26 lead. A minute 15 left to go here in the first half. Sessoms with the ball, and they're going to call a foul on Deshaun Royster. Royster checking in. And not... I don't know if I would have called that, but there was some contact. They called it. It is what it is. So new 30 for the Wildcats. They take the ball in. Holloman with the ball over to Sessoms. Sessoms looking, drops it down to Keegan. Evan Keegan, or check that. That was not Keegan. That was Nate Chavo. And I think they're going to call a travel on. So with a minute 3 left to go in the half, the turnover. The Vikings will take over, leading 29-26, checking into the game for the first time is Jalen Petty, the freshman. The baby. Yeah. The baby Petty, right? the baby of Jerry Petty and Nicole. Tell you what.
Like now, the ball's just being held. It's dribbled. You dribble in the air out of the ball. You got to move the ball. Somebody's got to cut. Ball's got to move, and then you get an open look.
Robinson, long three-pointer from the top, won't go. Rebound comes down to the Vikings. And the shot, Robinson driving on the baseline, and he's going to be fouled. So strong move inside, and Robinson using that athletic ability, he can get off the floor.
You can get off the floor, and you got to attack West Seattle's defense because they're stretching you out. They're trying to keep you out on the perimeter. You got to get in the middle and then make the right decision, whether it be a floater, whether it be kick to someone. Got to pressure them because they're doing a phenomenal job. Both teams are playing good defense.
Robinson's first free throw is good. Checking back into the ball game for the Vikings with 45.7 left to go in the half. Deshaun Royster. Robinson, one more free throw, dribbles, spins it, dribbles again, shot is up, and it is good. So the two free throws give the Vikings a 5-point lead, 31-26, with just over 40 seconds left to go in the first half. Isaiah Watts with the ball across the timeline, guarded by Damon. Now the ball with the hands of Shaba over to Sessom. Sessom, the three-pointer, won't go. Fight for the rebound and skying for the read 24, Mario Clark. Robinson across the timeline. The shot is up. Robinson won't go. And let me say a foul on the rebound.
I was going to say when Robinson got at that free throw line extended, I was wondering, now this shot, the only way chance it has to go in is got to go off the backboard. Right? He's just shooting it just a little too hard.
So 21.2 left to go in the first half. The Vikings have it. Shot clock is off. Miles Damon with the ball. Out to Petty, the younger Petty. Robinson. Kick out to his teammate, won't go. Fight for the rebound underneath. Clark is there, and Clark using some straight. Mario Clark gets the putback.
He's done that a couple times. He's
Yes,
gathered
he has.
strong and just jumped over everybody.
So Mario Clark with that putback, giving the Vikings a 33-26 lead here at the half. And Joyce, I'll tell you what, a well-played ball game here, and both teams, you know, I think defense has forced some turnovers, but both teams looking pretty good and showing us why they are both only one loss so far this season.
Yeah, I think it's been a game of runs. Like one team gets out, they get about 4 or 6. The other team kind of capsizes, settles the ship, and they go on a little run. But this game really is about valuing that ball.
Yeah.
If you value that ball, then you get extra possessions, and that always works to your favor. We haven't heard much from Mr. Watts. I don't think he scored, but maybe one.
Yeah, looking at
but he's been doing some
stats,
other really good things out there to help his team. So he's not forcing anything, and we know his pedigree, and we know how well he plays the game.
Oh yeah, he'll get it going. Yeah, he's got 2 free throws. That's it. Missed I think 3 or 4 shots, but has made a couple of great plays, driving to the basket, like you said, kicking out. So again, at halftime, we're live at Crawford Court at Rainier Beach High School. Rainier Beach leading West Seattle 33-26. We're going to throw it over to Daniel B. He's going to update you on upcoming games and what else is going on and some programming here on Rainier Avenue Radio. Joyce and I will be back in about 8-9 minutes for the second half right here on Rainier Avenue Radio. Daniel?
Thank you there, Rick. Here for your halftime reports on Rainier Avenue Radio, your community radio station. Number 7 Beach leads number 4 West Seattle 33-26 at the half here at Crawford Court, Rainier Beach High School. We're going to do some more high school basketball for you this Tuesday right here from Rainier Beach as the Vikings host the Roosevelt Rough Riders. And this Tuesday, it looks like these Rough Riders might be in a must-win game if things continue as they are right now, as they are 6-4 in league. But if they want to make the Metro Championship tournament at the in the postseason and get a guaranteed spot into districts, they may have to win that game against Beach to do so, as both Beach and West Seattle will have 1 loss apiece. Roosevelt sitting in 3rd at 6-4 in league. So next Tuesday could be huge for the Rough Riders. If they lose it, more than likely, they're going to have to play their way in like all other teams that are below the top 2 right there in the Sound, which is dominated by 2 teams. And In addition to the sound there, Lincoln sitting in 4th at 3-5. Ballard in 5th place. They are on the edge right now. Tonight, they can be eliminated from the Metro Championship if West Seattle wins this game, or if Ballard loses to Seattle Prep, which kicks off at 8:30. So Ballard is on the line here. If they want to make the Metro Championship, they will be eliminated from that if they lose to Seattle Prep, or if West Seattle wins this game against Beach. Chief Self in 6th place. They have been eliminated from the Metro Championship. Their only way to get to districts is to do a play-in tournament. In the Valley Division, Garfield, of course, in number 1, undefeated, 7-0. They have clinched a Metro Championship tournament berth already. No matter if they lose every single game for the rest of the season, they're already in. But they can also clinch the Valley Division tonight if they win their game against Lincoln of Seattle, or if Franklin loses tonight against Eastside Catholic. So Garfield Bulldogs watching, of course, they want to win their game against Lincoln, but if Eastside beats Franklin, they will clinch the Valley Division for this season, and the rest of the regular season will just be it won't even be receding. It'll just be to finish up because they already have that number 1 spot. Of course, Franklin is second at 3-5 in league, 4-5 overall. Ingram's at 2-8, 2-11 overall, and the Valley is the rest of the teams here. Nathan Hale 1-8, 1-9 overall, and Cleveland at 0-8, 2-9 overall. Interesting that although Cleveland has been winless in league so far, they are still not even close to being eliminated due to their competition being that second spot in the Valley being Franklin at a 3-5 record. So they are, if they can fire off some wins here at the end of the season, they still have a chance to make that Metro tournament because Franklin hasn't been closing to get that second spot as much as in the Sound and the Mountain. Speaking of the Mountain, O'Day is sitting on the top right now at 8-1. They have a 1-game lead over number 2 second place Seattle Prep in the Mountain at 7-2, 10-4 overall. Eastside Catholic right now is looking on the outs. They are tied with Seattle Prep in record, and the 2 of those squads are going to play in about a week or 2 before the regular season ends. One of those 2 teams will more than likely grab the second spot out of the Mountain. Lakeside looking on the outs still at 4-5. They're still not close to being eliminated from the Metro Championship tournament yet, but they're still in it. But they are 3 games out of it currently. Bishop Blanchette, the seller of the Mountain, they could be eliminated tonight if Seattle Prep wins against Ballard. So if Seattle Prep beats Ballard tonight, that will eliminate Chief Self from the Metro Championship. Or if Eastside Catholic wins, or if Bishop Blanchette loses. So Bishop Blanchette, there's 3 different ways tonight that Bishop Blanchette could be eliminated from the Metro Championship tournament at the end of the season. We are live on Rainier Avenue Radio, your community radio station. Myself, Daniel Bellis here, less than 3 minutes away from your second half of action. Number 7, Beach leads number 4, Seattle, in a very close contest, 33-26. The third best offense in 3A, leading the second best defense in 3A. A battle of best defense versus best offense. It looks like offense is prevailing at the moment, 33-26. after this for Beach, tomorrow, no, not tomorrow, on the 24th, which is Monday, this Beach team will be at number 15 Mount Tahoma. And they'll follow that up on Tuesday on a game broadcast right here on Rainier Avenue Radio against Roosevelt, right here at Crawford Court at 7:15 on Tuesday. And after that, they will be at Cleveland on the 28th, next Friday. With West Seattle, their next 3 games, their next contest will be next Tuesday. They'll be at number 5 O'Day. That'll follow that up by next Friday being hosting Chief Self. And then on February 2nd, West Seattle will be hosting number 1 Garfield Bulldogs. February 2nd, next 3 games there for West Seattle. In top 20 action in the first quarter with 3:35 left, number 2 Mount Spokane leading by just 3 points over number 9 Ferris. A battle of the east side of the state teams, not coast. Eastern Washington teams out of the greater Spokane right there. Auburn at number 3 is just pounding 4A opponent Kitwood, which is actually ranked number 18 in 4A, of 64-42. That game right there. Number 11 Gig Harbor leading early in the second, midway through the second, 20-7 versus Peninsula. Also, Kelso is losing big at number 20 to 4A opponent, which is actually ranked number 6 in 4A Camas, losing that one in third quarter, 52-23. We're going to go ahead and throw it over to our broadcast team of Rick Dupree and Joyce Walker as we begin your second half of action from Crawford Court.
Thank you, Daniel. And real quickly, want to give a shout out to Jerry Petty. He sent me a text that we're doing a great job. He said, tell Joyce that I said, what's up, legend? So that's from Jerry Petty.
I see you, Petty. Yeah. I don't see you, but I see your DNA on the court, my friend.
Oh, come on.
Thank you.
I remember we was over at the Rainier Vista Boys and Girls Club. Jerry Petty was our athletic director, and those 2 boys, not bigger than whatever, just barely, able to walk, and those cats putting the shot up, Joyce, and getting it up to the rim.
I watched them because I coached their big sister, Nyred Garfield.
Yeah.
Ball was bigger than them, but they didn't believe that.
Yeah. So, second half underway, 33-26 lead for, and there is Isaiah Watson. He's coming out, taking a hard cut to the basket, and gets the bucket off the window and the foul.
And he did the best thing when you're struggling from outside.
Yeah.
Go to the hoop.
There it
is.
They
used to say, take it to the hoop.
Yeah. That's it, Joyce. That's it. So Isaiah Watts with a strong move to the basket, gets the bucket off the window. He'll go to the line for 1 shot. As we say, the 3-point play the old-fashioned way.
And I think that's a good job coaching because they drew that play up.
Yeah. Coming right out of the tip there. And the shot is up and good.
And plus his daddy just showed up.
So
look, with daddy in the house, that's a long car ride home, right?
I gotta step it up a little bit. Here, Robinson on the other end. I saw his dad, Coach Robinson, at halftime talking to the kids as well. Shot on this end won't go. Rebound comes down to Sessions. Sessions looking across half court himself, guarded by Robinson. Sessions now picks up the dribble, looking inside, and strong move inside. That is Chase Clifton with the basket.
Mouse in the house.
Just
he had about 3-4 inches. Mouse in the house.
And just like that, the Wildcats start out the second half with a 5-0 run. Petty Robinson on the other end. Shot won't go. Rebound to the Wildcats, and they're off and running.
Again, Rainier Beach plays better when 2 or 3 people touch the ball.
Sessions jumper off the back iron won't go. The Vikings, good pass inside and cutting to the basket for the lay-in. That is number 24, Mario Clark, taking the pass all the way from DeMar Johnson.
That was a great pass.
Yeah, DeMar Johnson, he was in backcourt and saw his teammate streak into the basket. Vikings leading at 35-31. Hand on the ball, and they're going to call a foul. But Joyce, I mean, that's what you talk about. Rainier Beach getting back to what they do, contesting everything, getting a hand on everything. Like you said earlier, if West Seattle was putting the ball on the ground, it might get taken.
Yeah, they took it about 4 or 5 times, but then they made an adjustment and started moving the ball with the pass and cutting, and so they got easier shots and they built a little confidence.
So Nate Chavo at the line, he'll shoot 2. And it was said he was shooting in the act of shooting on the foul. First free throw is up and in. Also, Joyce went over to the scores table and pauses number 32. We did have it on the roster, and I just missed it because it was out of order. But number 32 for West Seattle is Bo Giannette, and then for the Vikings, Naire Ballard. Second free throw up and in for Mr. Chavo, and so it's a 2-point ball game. Vikings leading at 35-33. On the other end, Clark out to Damon. Damon backs it out now. Calling for the screen. And Damon picks it out. Namir Robinson, three-pointer, won't go. Fight for the rebound, and Watts comes down with it. Double team. Watts splits it, gets it over to his teammate. And in the corner, won't go. The shot, but Watts is there, coming out of nowhere. Isaiah Watts skying.
They call that timing.
Tipping it in, yes,
timing.
Indeed.
And I'm watching West Seattle. They're saying, look, Robinson, you're going to have to beat us. And they're giving him them open shots. And he's going to have to hit them.
Yeah, exactly. Good point. So tie ball game. And the shot by the Vikings, no good. Ziggy Holmes with rebound. The Vikings got it. So they have a new 30. Robinson with the ball. Steps it back outside. Guarded by Giannette. Robinson on the elbow. Over to Johnson. Johnson looking 10 on the shot clock, and they're going to say he was fouled. So Johnson a little bit out of control there. Joyce spun, but bailed out by the defense. The foul on the floor, I believe. Wow,
they're giving him 2 shots.
Which is,
that's a gift right there.
Yeah, I'm saying that is awfully generous.
Yeah. And I can't stress it enough. One-on-one play for Rainier Beach is not their asset.
Yeah.
When they move that ball, they're quick enough to get to open spots before West Seattle because they have that foot speed.
So DeMar Johnson, a generous call by the officials, and he hits his first free throw. That gives the Vikings a 1-point lead, 36-35. Johnson's second free throw up, and it is good as well. So Rainier Beach 37-35, 5:30 left to go here in the third quarter. The number 7 Vikings with a 2-point lead over the number 4 Wildcats. Wildcats moving the ball on the perimeter, trying to find an opening in this Rainier Beach defense, having trouble. Watts with the ball, 13 on the shot clock. Watts step back, 3-pointer. Count it, baby! Isaiah Watts has shown up.
He done took the lid off now.
Yes,
now we get to watch it unless they turn off his water, because right now, look, Bass is bigger.
Yeah. So Watts coming out, has a 3-pointer, a couple of baskets, and a free throw. So 8 points here, Joyce, in the first 3 minutes of the second half here. Had 2 points all of the first half. So foul on the play, and going to the free throw line for the Vikings, I believe, again, is going to be DeMar Johnson. He'll have a couple of shots. If you just joined us, we're live at the Crawford Court. Rainier Beach High School saw Jamal Crawford at halftime. And again, we talked about him being an ambassador, but again, just such a respectful young man. Joe always speaks, always kind. I saw him at PCC. This is maybe it's probably right before the pandemic, but a kid comes up to him, young man comes up to him, and, can I take a picture with you? He said, yeah, sure, no. So just always just a kind-hearted
This is what I do. This is what I've been taught, and this is what my job is, to pass it forward. And he's always been that way.
So both free throws good, giving the Vikings a 1-point lead, 39-38. And over and back.
I thought they weren't going to call it. I was like, wait a minute.
A little bit late.
He looked like he danced a little bit back in the front court.
And back on the Wildcats, so turnover. 4:51 left to go here in the third quarter. Rainier Beach leading West Seattle 39-38. The Vikings, the third highest scoring team in the state AAA division. And the Wildcats have allowed the second fewest points. So you got the high-powered offense against a tough defense, and it is a close ball game, 39-38, Rainier Beach leading. And shot, 3-pointer, Ziggy Holmes making the Wildcats pay. You got to step out on me, baby. You're not going to put a hand up? I'm going to knock it down.
But when when Rainier Beach attacks, there's somebody with an open look, make a miss, right? They're getting what they want.
Watts with the ball, now moving it around. Giannet with the ball, over to Sessoms. Sessoms backing out, 9 on the shot clock, dumps it down, and I think they're going to call offensive foul. Yeah, put the shoulder down, Chase Clifton, and they called that offensive foul.
Both of these teams are playing really good defense, and that's why the game is a highly contested contest.
Yeah, really close ball game. Good point. Checking in for the Wildcats, number 23, Max Holloman, 6'5", junior forward. Vikings with the ball. DeMar Johnson. And so the Wildcats staying back and just picking up in half court right now. Damon driving in the paint, guarded by Watts. Over to Holmes, back to Robinson. Robinson using that quickness in the paint. Ball gets kind of tapped and he turns it over. So the Wildcats with the ball. Sessoms across half court, guarded by Robinson. Now double team, but he dribbles out of that double team into the paint. The jumper, Sessoms it's short. And rebound to the Vikings. Fight for the ball. Watts contesting. The Vikings got it. Robinson with it. And Robinson dishes it off. Oh, good pass, but can't knock it down. Tell you what, that was Mario Clark. Mario Clark couldn't hit the lay-in, but tough on that offensive glass, got his own rebound, and then fouled on the play, foul on the floor. So with 3:27 left to go, the Vikings will have it, and no reset on that. I guess it didn't hit the iron, so 17 on the shot clock. Robinson into Holmes. Holmes, baseline, jumper, won't go, but right there for the rebound, Clark. But I tell you what, but he loses the ball on the rebound.
Good hands.
Had 2 or 3 Wildcat players around and knocked the ball loose, and the Wildcats get the turnover.
Yeah, Max Holloman got his hand on that ball. Good timing.
Sessoms with the ball outside of 3-point and whistle, and we got a injured player, it looks like. So referee's timeout, officials timeout, and Bo, I don't know if it's Giannet or Giannet, but Bo looks like a little shaken up on the play, so the officials call the timeout, making sure he is okay.
Well, this certainly is not a high-scoring game so far. So
no, it is not.
You know, both teams are grinding on defense and making up for the mistakes on offense.
So 10 on the shot clock. The Wildcats take it out. Pass into Holloman with the ball now. Jumping it down. The turnaround jumper by Clifton won't go. Rebound to Damon. Damon over to... Oh, nice move by DeMar Johnson. So the pass from Damon to DeMar Johnson, and Johnson using some body English.
Good body control, right? Because that could have been a charge all day, because the defender from West Seattle was set up for that, and he had the awareness. Johnson had just kind of kissed it softly off the backboard.
Yeah, and you're right. I said body English, meaning body control.
Yeah, no, same thing.
And then some English off the window.
Yes.
And drops it in, so giving the Vikings a 44-38 lead. 2:38 left to go here in the third quarter. Yeah. Rainier Beach leading West Seattle.
DeMar got a good craft. I think he's just going a little too fast tonight, being our first time watching him.
Yeah. So we can slow it down, be under control. Sessoms with the ball across the timeline, guarded by Miles Damon.
Better guard that man, because he's been getting buckets.
Yeah. Wildcats moving the ball around underneath, and ball knocked away, but they're going to call a foul on the floor. So, Joyce, I tell you what, the Vikings getting their hands on the ball. Both teams really getting their hands on the ball. Damon coming up to the referee, and I noticed he kind of had his hand on Sessoms. Sessoms knocked it away, and Damon just telling the referee, hey, watch that. So we'll see if that pays off, that little note to the referee.
They don't love loss. Like, look, this is neighborhood city game. It's like, hey, we want this. Yeah. Let us have this.
Chase Clifton spins, shot off the window, won't go. Rebound comes down to DeMar Johnson. He'll keep it himself into the paint, and a little bit out of control, and loose ball, and let's see what the call is. I think we had a timeout.
That's the thing. We just talked about Mr. Johnson, right?
Yeah.
He made one good play, but most of the night he's been kind of stuck in the mud, either trying to do too much, getting a little too deep, get rid of the ball, and fill that lane and get it back and get some easy love.
Yeah. A little bit out of control on that one. He was bailed out. The Vikings called the timeout from the bench. So 44-38, Rainier Beach leading West Seattle. We're live at Crawford Court at Rainier Beach High School. And right across from us, the score table. Welcome to Crawford Court at Rainier Beach High School. Gotta love that. And the man himself is in the house, Jamal Crawford.
Spread out like a poster, right?
Yeah.
Look, just lean back. Forever cool.
That's
Been
right.
that way.
Yeah.
Just forever cool. Ice cold water in his veins.
And Jamal, he has kept the AAU league going in the summer, and tell you what, it is a joy to see him play because he gets on the court and like you said, he still got that crossover. Come on, he still got that jumper, instant offense.
While he's smiling at you, I also want to give a shout out that he's given a lot of recognition for high school girls basketball in this area too. Runs a camp where some of the top players can be seen. So we mad props to you, Jamal.
Absolutely. Turnover on the play. And again, Joyce, you talked about just trying to play a little bit too fast on the offensive end. And then DeMar Johnson trying to make up for it, and he commits the foul.
Yeah, because in some games, you just can't live by your offensive prowess, right? You got to put some craft in it and not go after it every time. Oh, I got a couple baskets down. So now I can set them up and find somebody else. And so that's the thinking as you mature as a player. You hope the kids begin to learn.
So the Wildcats with the ball, 1:50 left to go in the third quarter. Rainier Beach leading 44-38. I'm Rick Dupree. That other voice you hear, the legend Joyce Walker. And we are bringing you live coverage of Rainier Beach and West Seattle. Watts with the ball. Driving, step back, now step around, Watts. And bucket won't go, but he's going to the line for 2 shots. So Isaiah Watts has stepped it up here in the second half. And Joyce, you said it. You said, hey, just give it up. It's only a matter of time. And the time has come.
Yeah, he played a really good first half. And so now he's getting some of the shots that he likes. That he's probably practiced every day, day in and day out.
Watts' first free throw rattles in. His 9th point here in the third quarter. Had 2 in the first half and now 9 in the third quarter. Going for his 10th point.
You say the wattage has been turned up, huh?
Yeah.
little extra wattage has been turned up.
Yes, indeed.
Change that bulb at halftime.
Yep, a little bit bright up in this joint.
Yes.
So Watts 2 free throws, makes it a 4-point ball game. Vikings leading 44-40. Miles Damon on the other end, the lefty. Oh, Damon splits a couple of defenders and knocks the jumper down. Miles Damon.
And Mr. Damon carried in the first half. That's his first basket, I think, the second half. So he's just kind of been, not been a favorable, part of the offense.
Yeah. Oh, and a nice drive and a reverse layup that won't fall for Bo Jeanette. And on the other end, driving to the basket, Namir Robinson off the window. It's good. He'll go to the line for the free throw, try to make it a 3-point play, as we say, the old-fashioned way. That's how they used to do it.
And that's his asset, right? He got jets, right? It's all in his DNA. So keep attacking versus settling for the jump shot. Let's make the defense have to pay attention to me all the time.
Well, Joyce, that's the thing. I mean, if you use that asset that you said, that quickness, get to the basket, that's going to force people to drop off. Then you have that open jumper. Robinson knocks the free throw down.
Then the whole court's open for all your teammates as well.
So with a minute left to go here in the third quarter, Robinson gives the Vikings a 9-point lead, 49-40. Wildcats on the other end, and
there's that pressure
turnover
again, right?
Yep.
There's that pressure, just a little. It wasn't no all-out pressure, but they were in the vicinity.
Max Holloman trying to force a pass in, goes over the head and the outstretched arms of his teammate out of bounds, so the Vikings will take over. 54.9 left to go here in the third quarter.
And what Mr. Ahern tell us? Do not get off your feet and then make a decision, okay? Because you have limited options when you're off your feet in the air trying to make a pass.
Right. Unless, of course, you're Dr. J or somebody. Just stay up there forever.
Hey, that's a rarity.
Yeah.
Those are rare breeds. Rare breeds.
Cut his jumper at the free throw line, blocked, and the Wildcats with it, and then Namir Robinson knocks it out of bounds, and Sessum's telling his teammate, hey, slow it down, we got time. So 25 on the shot clock, 36.1 on the game clock. That's a left to play here in the third quarter, with Vikings leading 49-40, so have extended that lead back up to 9 points. Drive to the basket, Sessum forces a little bit off the window, won't go. The rebound comes down to the Vikings. And Ziggy Holmes with it. Holmes over to Damon. Damon in the corner to Petty. Petty the jumper. Just off, won't go, but there for the rebound is Ballard. And some contact on the floor.
Good sportsmanship, though, right?
Yeah, you see
I'm
that.
just trying to play defense to close out, and we
Yep.
just happened to collide,
Yep.
and they got up shaking hands. That's what we talk about.
Yeah.
Robinson and Waltz.
Robinson
Thank
on the
you.
floor, and then Damon comes over, helps
Yes.
them both up.
Yes.
Yeah, and Joyce, we've seen that, regardless of, what the score is, how if the game's out of reach, whatever, just great sportsmanship, and I think a respect for one another on the court or on the field or whatever the case may be. And I just love to see that in these young players.
Absolutely.
And and like you said, I mean, a lot of these kids, it's West Seattle and not the neighborhood rivalry, if you will, of Franklin, Garfield, Rainier Beach, but a lot of these West Seattle kids have played in the hood with these guys. They know, Robinson drives to the basket, and Joyce, like you said, using his quickness, takes it in for the basket.
Hey, use what the good Lord gave you, right? Yeah. And that's what he does well. He put a lot of pressure on the defense getting to the basket.
Robinson only 5'9", but like his daddy, can get up and plays above the rim.
Hey, they don't care. They just think they can
go
go anywhere. I go anywhere I want to go.
Yep. So shot at the buzzer, no good. So the Rainier Beach Vikings extend their lead to 11 points, lead it 51-40 at the end of 3. And so we've got one more quarter to play here at Crawford Court. We're going to throw it back over to Daniel, update you on what else is going on around the city. Daniel?
Yes, they're in a battle of Eastern Washington between number 9 Ferris and number 2 Mount Spokane. Give that one to Mount Spokane here at the end of the third. 48-42 is still up by it's a slim margin. We're going into the final quarter of action. But number 3 Auburn winning easily over 4A opponent of number 18 Kentwood, 76-55. Difference for Kelso against the 4A opponent of number 6 Camas. They got blown out 83-38, dropping Kelso to 7-5. They'll more than likely drop out of the top 20 after tonight.
All right, thank you. There you have it. And we have one more quarter of basketball here at Crawford Court. Rainier Beach leading West Seattle 51-40. And this game played a bit earlier because the girls' game was canceled. Not COVID related, but Rainier Beach, unfortunately, not enough players. Only 4 eligible players. So they had to cancel that game. So the boys' game starting an hour early. A limited number of fans in here. The girls, the JV teams here, but pretty much limited, Joyce. And so we're happy that we can bring you the action. Watts on the other end. 3-pointer won't go. Fight for the rebound comes down to Petty. Petty over to Holmes. Holmes a step around move, but it's blocked. But he gets it back. Holmes, the shot won't go off the back iron. Gets his own rebound, but no. West Seattle on the floor fighting. I like to see that guys on the floor and coming down. Max Holloman. Holloman driving, taking to the basket, won't go. Rebound to Miles Damon. Some fast-paced action right now. Damon over to Robinson. Robinson in the corner to Petty. Petty, ball is knocked loose and out of bounds, but it'll stay in the hands of the Rainier Beach Vikings. 22 on the shot clock. 7:24 left to go on the ball game.
I'd like to see Rainier Beach quit dribbling, move the ball up with the pass. They're missing opportunities because they're just dribbling 3-4 extra dribbles too many.
Robinson with the ball gets a screen. And a good job coming up was Bo Giannet. Again, I'm not sure how to pronounce it, so Bo, if Bo's parents are listening, I apologize. I'm not sure if it's Gionnet or Gionnet, but I'm going to say Gionnet. And if I'm wrong, try to make it sound good. Yeah.
I think they'd appreciate that, the attempt, right?
Really.
The attempt.
All right. So the foul on Gionnet. And new 30 for the Vikings. Damon gets it in the backcourt, now crosses the timeline. Gets a screen, dribbles in. Over to Petty. Petty, the three-pointer, and it's good. Jerry Petty Jr. looking like his daddy out there. And we got a timeout on the floor. The Vikings say, hey, let's think about this. It's now a 14-point lead, the largest lead of the ball game for the Vikings, 54-40. And Joyce, all at once, just a quick spurt. And the Vikings,
just a spurt.
Man.
I think the beauty of Rainier Beach is just their all-out pressure all the time in your face. If I make a basket, if I turn it over, I'm still going to play defense.
Yeah,
and
no doubt.
They've done an incredible job on Mr. Isaiah Watts. He has not unleashed yet. He had 9 in that third quarter, but prior to that, he was quiet. And they're going to need Isaiah sighting this quarter in order to get back in this game.
Yeah, no doubt. You're absolutely right. And yeah, so Isaiah Watts, let me see if my numbers are right, 3, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12 points total, and 10 in that third quarter. Only 2 free throws in the first half, so he came out firing in the third quarter. And like you said, again, let the game come to him, and that's what's so important for young players to understand. You know, it'll come to you. Things will open up. You don't have to force it.
Yes. But they need him to be a little bit more aggressive, or either drawing up something for him to get the hands on the ball, because he is their leader.
And so with 6:59 left to go in the ball game, Rainier Beach at home on Crawford Court leading the West Seattle Wildcats 54-40. Wildcats take it out. They have 26-25 on the shot clock. Holloman with the ball. Dribbling around, looking for an opening. Over to Sessions. Sessions, the jumper, and it's good, the three-pointer. And I'll tell you what, that's his first, if my numbers are right, his first points in the second half.
Yes. And that little back pick, right?
Yeah. And there you go. Namir Robinson forcing the action and then dumps it off to Ziggy Holmes, and Holmes lays it in.
Absolutely. Game is simple. It's a simple game.
Watch the three-pointer. Count it. Isaiah Watts for 3. Oh, they're going back and forth, baby. Watch out. And defense forces the turnover. Watts with it. Watts another three-pointer, and it's good. Isaiah Watts, 2 threes in a row. Watch out.
I think I just said we need an Isaiah Watts sighting.
Yeah.
I think we're getting visions of that right now.
Yes, we are. So Isaiah Watts with 2 consecutive three-pointers pulls the Wildcats to within 7, 56-49, 6:11 left to play in the ball game. And Mike with says, hey, let's get a timeout. Let's talk about this, guys. Oh, man, what a game here. It ain't over till it's over, baby.
It's never over. We got some Sessions love and some Watts love going on for West Seattle.
So let me see if I can get my numbers right here. Watts, I think, with those 2 3-pointers, 16 so far in the second half. And Sessions 3, 6, 9, 11, 13, 15, 17, 18 points, if I'm doing right. But only 2, that last bucket by Tayon Sessions, his first bucket in the second half. And if there's ever a time they need him to heat up, it's now.
Right now, they need their leader, like I just mentioned.
Yep.
I know Watts is the leader of his team in terms of his production and how he gives the other team confidence.
So 6:11 left to go. Yeah, watch. You see, express. Hey, let's get in the defense here. So exerting that leadership, like you just said, Joyce. And the Wildcats in a full court zone press.
Teams that press don't like to be pressed. Let's see how we handle it.
I'll tell you
see
what,
how the Vikings handle it.
When you're quick like Namir Robinson, you can dribble out of it. And he does over to Damon. 16 on the shot clock.
That's real talk too.
Yeah. But again, it made the Vikings expend about 8-10 seconds off the clock. Namir Robinson jumper won't go. Sessions with the rebound. So forces a forced shot there, that defense. Like I said, George, that defense makes you speed up the offense a little quicker than you want to go. So Wildcats with the ball. 18 on the shot clock. And we've got
offensive foul on Watts.
So I think they said, moving screen on Watts. So the Vikings will, and then, Vikings will take it out, and West Seattle back in the looks like 1-2-2 full court zone press.
But Watts a 10-second count. They might be in trouble.
And Robinson just gets it over to Damon. Damon, some contact, loses the ball, coming down with it. Holloman takes it all the way to the basket. It's good. Max Holloman, strong move to the basket, and he's fouled. Oh my, Max Holloman, 6'5", junior forward, takes it in, uses that body of his, gets the basket and the foul.
Look, at half court, he wasn't giving that shot up.
Yeah, he really.
All right, look, you can see he was going downhill. His teammate was running with him, not this time.
Holloman, the free throw off the back iron, no good. Vikings across, Damon with it. Damon, the short jumper, and it's good. Rattles in, Miles Damon.
Damon got a nice little game, little lefty, nice little game.
He's played a good game on both ends of the floor. Ball tied up. It's going to be a jump ball. Let's see where the possession arrow, I think, is pointing the Wildcats away. So the Wildcats will, check it. No, I'm wrong. Regardless of what the possession arrow now, it looks like the officials are pointing to Rainier Beach ball. So let's see what they say here. Now the other official overrides and says that the possession arrow is correct that I saw. Okay, we'll get it right here. So 25 on the shot clock. The West Seattle Wildcats retain possession. Holloman over to his teammate Tayon Sessions, guarded by Miles Damon.
Sessions only needs a little daylight. He can get that ball up.
Yeah, he doesn't need a lot. You're right about that. Holloman directing traffic over to Watts. Watts coming down. Takes it to the baseline. Turnaround jumper. Watts. Oh, won't go. A rebound to Mr.
Got a good look, though. Got the look he wanted.
Mario Cole with the rebound over to Jamar Johnson. Jamar Johnson across half court, guarded by Isaiah Watts. Johnson calling out the play. 15 on the shot clock. Johnson penetrates. Out to Robinson. Robinson drives to the basket. And Joyce, you said it. When you drive to the basket, force the action, good things happen.
Hey, ain't nobody in the gym that can stop him from one end to the other.
Yeah.
Okay, no one. And that's his gift, is attacking that basket.
So Amir Robinson using that quickness. And he'll go to the line for 2 shots. Hope his grandfather, I should say, my former teammate, Jacques Robinson. Hope you're listening, Jacques. We saw Jacques during the football season. He was at one of the games. Great to see him doing well down in the Bay Area. And proud, obviously, of his grandchildren.
Absolutely.
And they are continuing the great Robinson legacy.
It's strong, too, huh?
What's that?
Legacy is strong.
Oh, yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Wow, look at the Walker family. Come on.
Yeah, we've been here, though. We're some families that we just grew from the soil right here, right? Yes, just competitive. Love to be top. Love competition.
Robinson, first free throw, good. And I go down 31st a lot heading from my house. Because I grew up on 31st, way down by Franklin.
Right.
But go by your old house, and they remodeled that thing. It looks different. Every time I go by that thing,
they're adding some new stuff.
Yeah.
I know they got an extra bedroom up in there if we couldn't get home for the night. Right?
So Robinson's second free throw goes in and fight for the ball and forcing the turnover is Ziggy Holmes. Ziggy Holmes got his hand on it, and Max Holloman complaining that he was fouled, but the official not agreeing. So tell you what, Ziggy Holmes, a nice defensive play there. Yeah. Turning up the heat.
That's what Bathea's crews are known for.
Yeah, no doubt.
Okay, I'm going to get up in you.
Damon with the ball double team. Gets rid of it over to Robinson. Robinson backs out. Now resets, 15 on the shot clock. Over to Damon. Damon on the left side, back to Robinson on the right. So playing a 2-man game up top right now. Robinson gets a screen. Watts comes out. Robinson dribbles around it in the paint. The short jumper off the back iron won't go. Fight for the rebound. And, a great play by, I believe that was a Jamar Johnson fighting for the rebound. Yeah, fighting for the rebound. Got it and then threw it off of a Wildcat player out of bounds. So the Vikings will have it. A new 30 seconds.
That's just an effort play that you just applaud.
So Vikings with it. Johnson with the ball now. Backs it out. Calling for a screen. Gets it. Dribbles around it. In the paint. Kicks it out. And Johnson now with it on the 3-point. Outside the 3-point line. Won't go. He had an open shot there, Joyce. Just couldn't knock it down.
Right, they got the look they wanted. So, and that was well executed play.
Yeah. And something you've been talking about, it wasn't guys dribbling, they were moving the ball around.
And if they did, they attacked the paint and then they kicked it out.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. So someone had a wide open look.
So foul on the play, and I believe that is the 17th foul, so it'll be in the bonus, 1-1. 18 fouls on West Seattle, so both teams now with 3:27 left in the bonus. And in the Metro League and Washington State WIAA, from 7 to 9, you're shooting 1-1, and the 10th foul, you go into the two-shot bonus. So Watts' first free throw is up and in. We'll have one more.
3:27 is the time that you could possibly make a run.
Yeah, got to get it done.
But it's got to be clean. You got to play defense and limit Rainier Beach to one shot. And they've been getting second possessions the last couple of minutes, which has really made a difference, right? Yes.
So Watts' first free throw makes it an 8-point ball game. His second free throw is up, and it is good. 60-53. The Vikings leading the Wildcats. 3:25 left to go in the ball game.
No pressure.
Wildcats staying in that full court zone press, just making the Vikings use some of that clock, 10 seconds, to get across the timeline. Oh, but they break that press, and then the cut to the basket, Jamal Johnson, and just lays it in. Nobody there.
Move without the ball. That's the thing about a press. If you get over the front line, then you got options.
And the Vikings took advantage of it that time. Jamal Johnson streaking to the basket. Watts on the other end, the jumper. Oh, little fall away, and Isaiah Watts knocks it down. I'll tell you what, he has shown up in this second half, Joyce.
That's shades of his daddy right there. Leaning to the left and snapping the net.
Yep. Johnson with it over to Robinson, I should say. Robinson using the quickness to the basket, but can't knock it down. Off the glass, won't go. I'll tell you what, you saw his quickness there. 2:35, a 7-point ball game, 62-55. Watts with it, long three-pointer. Off the side of the iron, no good, but there for the follow is a Ryder McKay, his first basket of the game. Makes it a 5-point ball game, 62-57 with 2:25 left to go.
Never stop working, right?
Yeah, that's it.
Never stop working.
Keep it alive. So we've got a timeout on the floor. I'm going to throw it over to Daniel Bella, see if there's any quick score updates. Daniel?
Yeah, in that battle between Eastern Washington teams, number 2, Mount Spokane, and number 9, Ferris. We're in the fourth quarter, 2 minutes left. Number 2, Mount Spokane, leading by about 5 points, 63 to 57. And that one right there. Also, O'Day and Roosevelt have tipped off. They're early in the first quarter. It is 14-11 O'Day over Roosevelt early in that contest right there. As Roosevelt needs to get some wins if they want to be competitive in this Sound division, because both of these squads in front of us are about 3 games ahead of Roosevelt.
All right, there you have it. And Joyce, looking at my unofficial stats, I believe I've got Isaiah Watts with 20 points here in the second half. So it's a 5-point ball game, 62-57. Vikings with the ball across the timeline. Johnson with the ball. Now just holding it up. 18 on the shot clock. No hurry. Over to Damon. Damon double team. Gets rid of it over to Johnson. Johnson thinks about the 3, but says, nah. Inside, Robinson in there with the big guys. He kicks it back out to Damon. Damon shot rolls around, in and out, won't go, but rebound comes down to Mario Clark, and a new 30, I should say, and another offensive rebound by the Vikings. And Joyce, you just mentioned that for the Wildcats, got to keep the Vikings off the offensive glass. 2 offensive rebounds right there.
Yes, and they gave the Vikings the shot they wanted them to have. Once again, Mr. Robinson got a wide open 3, right? Which is not, in this game, hasn't been favorable for him.
Right. And again, people don't understand the 3-point, even with Steph Curry, arguably the greatest 3-point shooter. Ray Allen, you look at their 3-point percentage, it's under 50%. That is a difficult shot. And so whenever you can get in the paint and force the action, you want to do that.
You want to do that. You know, I missed a 3-point shot by 1 year. When I left LSU in 84, 85, they put it in, right? But I'm still want you to touch me. I want the old-fashioned one, right? I'm sure we would have learned how to shoot it, but it wasn't a shot that we took.
Yeah, no doubt. So it's 7 on the shot clock. Johnson with the ball driving on the right baseline. Goes in, and it's contact and a putback. Was that Robinson?
No, slow roll, and it went in.
And a turnover.
Well, you know what this is going to be.
Johnson takes it to the basket. So DeMar Johnson, 2 quick baskets. One with a great drive to the glass. The other forced a turnover and got the lay-in, and giving the Vikings a 9-point lead, 66-57. Demir Robinson with the near steal, but they call him with the reach.
Look, if there's a ball loose on the floor, you know that team in white is coming for that ball, right? They just have that athletic, quick prowess.
Yeah, they've got a nose for the ball. It's like sharks in the water. When there's blood, they smell it, they're going after it.
Yes. There's another team down the street that does that same thing. If you get that ball anywhere in the vicinity where they can get their hands on it, they coming for it.
That team wouldn't happen to wear purple and white, would they?
I think they wear purple and white. I think they do. But you know, hey, we got a long season. I always think, like, as a coach, okay, we didn't get this one. There's some things we got to clean up and get better. We're going to see each other again. And every game's different. It has its own momentum.
That's a really good point, Joyce. People don't understand that. So Tayon Sessions at the line. He's shooting, looking at, it's 1-1. 8th team foul on the Vikings. Sessom's been quiet here in the second half. His first free throw is up and in, so he'll get the second one. He's been quiet in the first half at 3, 6, 9, 11, 13, 15, 16 in the first half. And that is his third point of the second half here. Second free throw is up and rolls around, no good.
Well, that Rainier Beach Viking defense has something to do with that.
Yeah.
Let's call that what that is, right?
And Mario Clark going up for the rebound there. And the Vikings also really controlling the defensive glass, not giving the Wildcats many second chance opportunities. So I believe a foul on the play. And so again, both teams in the ball. Only 56.7 left to play. That was a 19 foul on the Wildcats. So the Vikings will go to the line. I believe it is Ziggy Holmes going to the line. He'll be shooting 1 and 1.
It's been an entertaining game, though. You know, it's been a game of runs, right? That's the difference in this game.
Holmes free throw. First one is up and in. It is good. So we'll get one more. Holmes spins the ball around, dribbles once, twice, the third time, a fourth, a fifth. And the shot is up and bounces around and in. So Ziggy Holmes hits both free throws, giving the Vikings a 68-58 lead. 10-point lead here with just under a minute to play. Watts with the ball, gets a screen. He's going to put up a long three-pointer, hits the front iron, no good. Rebound to the Vikings. And a foul on the play. And there you see it again, Joyce. And Mario Clark and Watts there, knocks him on the floor and there to help him up. So great sportsmanship and a lot of respect from each of these guys. Damon walks by and taps Watts, and then Watts and a couple of the other Viking players shaking hands. So a lot of respect between the two teams here. So Clark at the line, he'll be shooting 2. He's in the double bonus now.
Yeah, Rainier Beach too quick, too fast. You almost got to play a perfect game against them, though.
Yeah, because that speed, that quickness, again, it's tough to defend, speed and quickness, and they're just, you can't coach it, and it makes up for a lot of mistakes.
And it doesn't allow a team to get comfortable. Their opponent doesn't get comfortable because everything they're doing is just a lot of pressure, a lot of stress on it. You can get some good looks here and there, maybe getting a routine, but that kind of pressure has you knowing it's coming all game long.
Yeah, that's a really good point. All right, so some substitutions here. 44.5 left to play, 69-58. And I'm not sure, he didn't shoot the second free throw. There must have been a lane violation. And so, and Namir Robinson with the steal and the easy lane. Namir Robinson, those quick hands.
What do you say? Beep, beep.
Yep.
Beep, beep.
And another steal for the Vikings. And now Vikings kind of back it out. Oh, and Watts comes from behind. He's going to put it up. Oh, Watts slams it down with authority, taking out some frustration there. Isaiah Watts.
Look, I'm prideful too, This game means a lot to me. We ain't getting this one. But you don't know we was in the dance.
So 16.9 left to go, 71-60. Vikings lead it. And I believe Namir Robinson was fouled, so he'll go to the line with 2 shots.
It was low scoring. I think they turned it up a little bit. Both teams offensively, right? Just a little bit, right?
Yeah, just a little bit, Joyce. Robinson's first free throw off the back iron, no good, but again, it's double bonus. So he'll have another one. And Joyce, you hit the nail on the head. These teams will see one another again, and likely one of several Metro League teams that will be in the regional play and trying to make it to state.
Absolutely. And on a neutral court too, right?
Yeah.
Might be the same result, but we don't know that.
Watts stepped back and off the window, Isaiah Watts. And, you could have called a foul there, Joyce, as well.
You could have called a foul there, too.
There was some contact. Isaiah Watts has had a mammoth second half.
Just say, look, just let them know I was in the game. We ain't going to get this one, but I'm coming. It's about 30, right?
Yeah, no, I'm counting it up here. Let me see. 25 second half points for Isaiah Watts. I tell you what, he just came out and he has played a second half. And again, Joyce, and he's not forced it.
Nope.
He's let it come to him, and has just played a heck of a second half.
I think I saw him take 2 shots that he probably wanted back. As a shooter, you kind of know, right? Maybe I want that one back. But you got to give the Vikings credit. They didn't let him get loose that first. It wasn't like the shots were there or he was in the rhythm.
Right, yeah.
They did not let him get loose. But you can't keep great players down all game long.
No, absolutely
Impossible.
not. So, and they're still competing. 3.4 left, and Watts trying to force the ball, and the ball goes out of bounds.
Maybe
maybe
Daddy should have got here earlier.
Yeah.
You know, if you're listening, Daddy, you should have got here earlier.
And Watts off the window, and the shot there off the buzzer. So that's going to do it. Final score 72-65. Rainier beats your winner, number 7 Vikings over the number 4 Wildcats. And tell you what, Joyce, we saw some incredible action here and some great individual play, great team play, and something to look forward to as this season progresses.
Absolutely, we get to look forward to, and we get to be a part of it. And, you know, I just want to make sure we just give shout out to the coaches, and we're under attack right now in our lives, facing with this virus, and the coaches, the parents, the players, officials, we just say a big thanks to you for suiting up and showing up, because without you, we wouldn't even have the opportunity. And we look forward to when we get our fans back, our parents and our neighborhood and our communities back.
Yeah, no doubt. And Joyce, unofficially, I'm trying to tally up scores. Okay, it looks like Isaiah Watts led all scores with 29, Tayon Sessions with 19, if my numbers are right. Looking over for the Vikings, I believe Namir Robinson led the Vikings with 17 points. DeMar Johnson, 16. Ziggy Holmes, 3, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 15 points. And I believe Miles Damon, 2, 4, 6, 12 points. So balanced scoring for the Vikings in particular. But Donald Watts, I should say Isaiah Watts, the son of Donald Watts,
yes,
really showing us what he has in the second half, and scores 27 of his 29 in that second half. So a great game here at Crawford Court. So that will do it. 72-65. Rainier beats a winner over West Seattle. And until our next game, for Joyce Walker, for Daniel B., hope you have enjoyed our coverage. And make sure right now with Joyce, with the Metro League not allowing fans in, want to remind our listeners and those individuals viewing that they can see the games right here on Rainier Avenue Radio. Each week we'll bring you at least a couple of games, and we're looking at probably Tuesday and Friday night. Just depends on, again, the schedule. Depends on what's available if games aren't canceled. But keep it right here for your Metro League basketball.
And we want to say thank you. And let us know how we're doing, too, because, we always want to get better at whatever we do. We want to bring you the games that you find entertaining and that, we're trying to share what our eyes see. So let us know.
Absolutely. Appreciate that. So, again, for Joyce Walker, I'm Rick Dupree. I'm going to throw it over to Daniel Bellis. And until next time, hope you enjoyed the coverage. Peace. And God bless. Daniel, what do you got?
Peace. Yeah. Next time on Rainier Avenue Radio, we will be broadcasting the Roosevelt game here at right here at Beach this Tuesday. So come out this Tuesday, 7:15 p.m. This Beach team will be hosting Roosevelt as Beach improves to 10-1 on the season tonight. They will be facing Roosevelt, who right now is at 6-6 this season. So they'll be facing a team that's at 500. And right now, Roosevelt's trailing O'Day 37-24 in the second quarter. Going in early in the second quarter, they were within 2, but it has been all day O'Day ever since. Now they lead 37-24 over Roosevelt. So that Roosevelt squad will be here at Beach this Tuesday, as the number 7 Rainier Beach Vikings, now 10-1 on the season, will host that Roosevelt team right here on Rainier Avenue Radio at 7:15 p.m. Yeah, thank you, Trina Marshall, for checking out the game tonight. We are live on Rainier Avenue Radio. It's 8:59 p.m. Real quick, final score on Eastern Washington battle between two top 10 teams. Mount Spokane taking that one 71-64 over Ferris. That's the final there. Number 2 Mount Spokane winning over number 9 Ferris. Thank you all for listening to another edition of Metro League Boys Basketball. Again, this Tuesday, we'll be back with more boys basketball, 7:15 p.m. as this Beach team hosts Roosevelt on Rainier Avenue Radio this Tuesday. Thank you for listening. Peace and bless.